After a weekend trip to Southern California, the Lopes are back home in the heart of the Valley of the Sun to kick off this GCU Purple Classic tournament, looking to come away with a pair of wins on this Friday afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside the GCU Softball Stadium for some more softball action between the Portland State Vikings and the Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Jack O'Hara here with you for this one as the Lopes look to keep the momentum rolling after bouncing back with a 3-1 road trip against San Diego, as well as UC San Diego and La Jolla last weekend, and obviously taking two from San Diego before traveling to La Jolla to take on UCSD, and the Lopes would split a doubleheader with UC San Diego on Sunday when the Lopes rebounded from an 11-inning loss affair when, of course, their offense providing comfort for a 6-4 win at USSD. And, of course, J.C. Hambrick was the talk of the town of the weekend. We saw a ton of her in the opening tournament 2 weeks ago here at home in Phoenix, and she added to her very short and impressive resume last weekend, giving her the WAC Pitcher of the Week honors this past week. She fanned 9 last weekend, posting a 1.75 ERA in 2 victories, and on Saturday she pitched a complete game shutout, allowing only 3 hits with 6 strikeouts in the Lopes' 1-0 victory at San Diego. And then on Sunday she came back and she helped the Lopes earn another series split, like we said, with UCSD, as she sat down 3 batters in 5 innings to earn the 6-4 win over the Tritons. And of course the Lopes kicked off that road trip against San Diego by getting on the board first. It was freshman Daisy Taloa. We saw her in the opening weekend picking up a clutch hit. She started the top of the second by drawing a walk, and then of course Savannah Torville, we saw her hit her first home run of the season in Southern California this past weekend. She followed by getting hit by a pitch, and then Daisy and Savannah would score off a 2-run single off the bat of freshman Isabella Gerke. That put the Lopes on the board. They added 3 more runs in the top of the 3rd inning as Lily Bishop led that inning off with a walk, and of course came around to score on a triple by Kristen Feinfeld, and then Feinfeld would score on an RBI single by Kaylee Dietrich, driving in another run, who would of course score one batter later when Savannah Torville doubled to center field, leading to that Lopes victory. And of course in this one back home this weekend, of course today taking on the Portland State Vikings, and then immediately following this one they'll take on the number 25th team in the nation in Iowa State before coming back here tomorrow and Sunday afternoon as well, as we take a look at the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game in this one. And again, the Lopes are going to need all the help that they can get. Again, J.C. Hambrick, the WAC Pitcher of the Week this past week in Lope Nation. Of course, getting her that honor, she picked up 2 of the 3 wins for the Lopes on that road trip, posting that 2.25 ERA, like we said, including that complete game shutout against San Diego. That was on February 20th. And the road to 500, we mentioned in the opening series 2 weekends ago that Ann Pearson is closing in on 500 wins. Well, she's only 5 wins away now from 500 career victories to add to that already impressive resume for Coach. She's guided the Lopes to 7 30-plus win seasons and 2 40-plus win seasons in her tenure here in the heart of Phoenix. And then consistent starters. The Lopes have 5 starters who have started in all 10 games this season: Gianna Nicoletti, Savannah Torville, Angeli Aguilar, Kristen Feinfeld, and Kaylee Dietrich. Now, Gianna Nicoletti has done a nice job setting the table at the top of the order for the Lopes, as well as defensively in left field. She's continued her offensive success from last season by leading the Lopes in batting average at .387 throughout the first 2 weekends. Also on base percentage up at .525. Again, like we said, setting the table, making some things happen on the base paths. And Savannah Torville, like we said, she had a big series offensively over the weekend in Southern California. She's made starts at 4 different positions this year, including third base, second base, first base, as well as the designated player. She also had a team best 6-game hitting streak and an 8-game streak of reaching on base. And then, of course, Aguilar has continued to be an offensive threat for the Lopes early on in her freshman campaign. In just 31 at-bats, Angeli has totaled 10 hits, 7 RBIs, tying her for first on the team. And despite being new to the outfield, Kristen Feinfeld has taken command in center field for the Lopes. And of course, Kaylee Dietrich behind the dish has been the commander-in-chief for the Lopes all season long, catching all 10 games and taking pride in controlling the pitching staff. As Coach Ann Pearson going over the ground rules here in Phoenix. Again, the first game of a doubleheader between the Lopes and the Vikings. And of course, the Lopes will take on Iowa State following this one. The Vikings looking to bounce back after a 10-6 loss against Iowa State just moments ago. They put up a 4 spot in the first inning, but Iowa State was quick to strike back with 3 in the first. They put up another crooked number in that 4th inning, as well as in the 5th inning, 3 runs in each of those innings to win that one by a score of 10-6, and it was Sammy Williams with the 2 big home runs in that game. As we take a look at the starting lineup for those Portland State Vikings.
Number 18, Tabitha Dyer.
Or excuse me, the starting lineup for our GCU Lopes, as of course we will be the road team here in Game 1 of this tournament. And of course, they're presented by Talking Stick Resort Arena. Gianna Nicoletti, like we said, setting the table early. She's in left field leading things off. Tabitha Dyer in right field batting second. Kristen Feinfeld, we mentioned her taking command in center field. She's batting third. Savannah Torville coming off a big weekend on the road. She's at the hot corner playing third base, cleaning things up. Kaylee Dietrich again calling strikes behind the dish for the Lopes. She bats fifth. Angeli Aguilar at short. She bats sixth. Taylor Olsen back in the starting lineup. She's at first base batting seventh. JC Hambrick, like we mentioned, big weekend for her. WAC pitcher of the week. She's the designated player, batting eighth. And Jordan Pearson, rounding out the Lopes order, she's batting ninth and playing second base. Rose picking up the loss for Portland State in that 10-6 loss over Iowa State. Iowa State, as well as the number 2 Oklahoma Sooners, going to be the tough test this weekend for both the Lopes and the Vikings. The Vikings getting a quick taste right off the bat in their opener earlier on today here on the road. Medlove and Abelos picking up RBI singles in the top half of that first inning, capping off that 4-run first inning for the Vikings. Before, again, it was Sammy Williams, home run to dead center field, cutting that lead to 1, 4-3 in that first inning. Then the long 3-run home run in the bottom of the 4th inning, blowing this game open, making it a 9-5 game at the time, of course, going on to win 10-6 as they were able to add on some insurance runs in the bottom half of that 5th inning. Hannah Sissel, of course, reaching on a fielder's choice, getting an RBI in that game as well to chip into that lead.
Number 4. Logan Riggenbach. Batting ninth for Portland State, the right fielder, number 32, Alexis.
A lot going on campus this weekend as well. We saw baseball kicking off a 4-game set here last night, taking on the Oregon State Beavers. Of course, it was Kevin Abel on the mound for the Beavers, shutting down the Lopes offense, who, again, scored 36 runs in just 4 games against the Mizzou Tigers last weekend. But Kevin Abel, 11 punch-outs through 5 innings. The Lopes down 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Had the bases loaded, nobody out. Abel was able to strike out the side, getting himself into and out of trouble all on his own. Well, the softball program looking to have a little bit more success than the baseball program did here last night. Again, baseball will be back here tonight taking on the Beavers. You can catch that game on Fox 10 Extra with Barry Butel on the call. Pre-game starting at 5:30 Mountain State time. Again, remember, immediately following this one, the Lopes will be back in action against the number 25 Iowa State. Again, 30 minutes following this one between the Lopes and the Vikings. Gray on the mound for the first time this season. We didn't see her earlier on today against Iowa State, so making her debut here in 2021 against, again, Gianna Nicoletti leading things off. It'll be Nicoletti, Tabitha Dyer, and Kristen Feinfeld for the Lopes, looking to add to their momentum again. Got off to a shaky start here in the kickoff tournament 2 weekends ago in Phoenix, coming away with 2 victories, and then, of course, picking up 2 more victories on the road, get their record to 500. They come into this one 4-4. So Nicoletti is ready, Gray is ready, and let's do it here in Phoenix. First pitch is in there for a called strike, and we are underway. Home plate umpire Glenda Bates, first base David Hardage, and at second it's going to be Bobby Martinez. That's your umpiring crew for this afternoon's game between the Lopes and the Vikings. And like we mentioned, Gianna Nicoletti doing a nice job at the top of the order, setting things in motion. Lays off that pitch low in the zone. Count moves to 1-1. Medlove calling balls and strikes for her pitching staff in that game earlier today against Iowa State. Right back behind the dish today as that one's in there for a call strike. Count moves to 1-2 on Nicoletti. Got off to a hot start on opening night 2 weeks ago, picking up 3 hits. Like we mentioned, one of the more consistent bats in that lineup for Coach Pearson. Goes down swinging. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the first, and that'll bring up Tabitha Dyer. Tabitha Dyer kicking off the season as well for the Lopes with a bang, starting on the circle. Looking to give the Lopes a early base runner. First pitch slap the other way, count quickly 0-1 on Tabitha. Slaps that one to third. Going to be a tough play for Garcia. Throws across the diamond and makes it for the 5-3 putout. So 2 up and 2 down here for Gray in the first, looking for an easy 1-2-3 inning against this Lopes order. Trying to set the table for Portland State's offense, trying to bounce back from that loss moments ago. I mentioned Kristen Feinfeld, one of those 5 Lopes who have started in each of the first 8 games this season. Looking to take control of this offense in the 3-hole today for Coach Pearson. Swings through that one, count quickly 0-1. So Gray doing a nice job coming right after these Lopes hitters, getting ahead early. 0-1 pitch on the outside corner, and the count quickly 0-2. Gray doing a great job painting that one. Perfect execution for the right-hander. And trying to kick off this 2021 season on the circle with a quality outing against the purple and white. 0-2 delivery. Cut on and missed. 3 pitches for the punch-out, our first of the afternoon. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Gray, so no runs on no hits. The Lopes leave no one on. It's the GCU Lopes nothing, and the Portland State Vikings coming to bat here in Phoenix.
Grand Canyon University, a Christian university, is one of the largest and fastest growing universities in the country. GCU offers 270 dynamic academic programs with modern apartment-style living, classrooms, labs, restaurants, and more. Located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, GCU's vibrant community and expansive campus is ranked top 20 for best college campuses in America. My university integrates the free market system with a welcoming Christian worldview perspective into its academic programs and throughout campus life, so you can put your faith into action and help transform communities. GCU campus students received over $157 million in scholarships in 2020, and many students attend GCU for less than the cost of a state university. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you qualify for. Admissible high school seniors can schedule a free visit from anywhere in the country. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer.
Bottom of the first here on this beautiful Friday afternoon as we take a look at the starting lineup for those Portland State Vikings, presented by Talking Stick Resort. Marissa Bruno in center field leading things off. Mariah Rodriguez at second base, she bats second. Shay Garcia at the hot corner at third, she bats third. Emily Johansson at first, she cleans things up. Peyton Lopez, the designated player, bats fifth. Rachel Medlove behind the dish as the battery mate for Gray, she bats sixth. Dean batting seventh, Riggenbach bats eighth, the freshman, and Sapita batting ninth. Rounding out the order as the first pitch from J.C. Hambrick is a strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 on Marissa Bruno. Bruno again trying to set the table, starting all 24 games for the Vikings last season in that condensed season before the pandemic hit. Hit .384. Looking to spark this offense right off the bat against the reigning WAC pitcher of the week. Like we said, leading the Lopes. The 2 of those victories over the weekend against both San Diego and UCSD. 1-1 pitch right back to where it came from. JC making it look easy. Tosses on to first for the putout, and there's one away. Little to no reaction time for number 19 there, but again making it look easy for out number 1.
Number 13, Mariah Rodriguez.
Mariah Rodriguez, the freshman, bat in the 2-hole here for game 2 for Portland State. Made a pinch hit appearance late in that game, went 0 for 1 against Iowa State. Slices that one foul, count quickly No balls and 1 strike. And JC striking out 9, posting a 1.75 ERA in those 2 victories last weekend in both San Diego and La Jolla. 0-1 pitch, misses outside. Count moves to 1-1. JC, of course, setting the expectation level high with a very quality outing against the Oregon Ducks here 2 weekends ago. That one again, slice foul. So she gets ahead of Rodriguez here 1-2 after getting the quick out number 1 against the leadoff man. JC going the distance in that loss against Oregon, a 5-3 loss. Lopes really the only form of competition that weekend against the Ducks, as again they ran roughshod against their opponents in that tournament to kick things off here in Phoenix. Tries to get Rodriguez to chase the ladder there, no avail, as the count now is level at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gets her to chase low in the zone, blocked by Dietrich. Throws on to Olsen for out number 2. So the first punch out of the afternoon for J.C. Hambrick. 2 up and 2 down, looking to match Gray with her 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first. As we take another look, 2-2 pitch, tried to get her to chase up on 1-2. Didn't succeed, goes low in the zone there. Again, nice block by Dietrich. Sets her feet, fires to first for the punch out. So with 2 away, Garcia digs in another freshman bat, a freshman heavy lineup this afternoon for Portland State. First pitch misses up and in, count 1-0 on Garcia. Went 2 for 3 today against Iowa State. 2 of those 10 hits for PSU. Slices that one, left side, Aguilar has it, gathers, throws across the diamond. It's not going to be squeezed in time by Olsen, and the runner will reach, so Garcia aboard with 2 outs, giving Portland State an opportunity here against the Lopes right-hander. Nice play in the hole there by Aguilar, setting her feet, throwing across the diamond as we take another look. Again, just off the top of the glove from Taylor Olsen, unable to squeeze that one in. Luckily, the Lopes able to get to it in time before Garcia was able to advance. So with 2 outs and a runner on first, that'll bring up Johansson. Went 1 for 2 with a walk at first base, cleaning things up in that loss earlier today. Takes a strike count quickly 0-1. The power bat in the middle of this Portland State order. 4 home runs in that condensed season in 2020. And this is Portland State's first doubleheader opener this season on the road in this GCU Purple Classic. Quick snap throw by Dietrich, not nearly in time, just keeping Garcia honest over there at first base. The first base runner of this game between the Lopes and the Vikings. As the 1-1 offering. Cut on. Dribbled slowly in front of Olsen. Gobbles it up. Steps on the bag for the final out. An easy-going bottom half of the first inning for J.C. Hambrick as she looks to continue her dominance in this Purple Classic tournament. Let's go to the second. It's scoreless between Portland State and GCU.
When I think back on graduation day, it's such a special moment. Walking across the stage, hearing your name called. I think I would really regret not walking. I think being able to finish out a long college experience with an awesome moment like graduation is really special.
If I hadn't decided to walk that day, I think I'd regret not having that sense of closure and accomplishment for that huge chapter in my life.
My name's Noah and I graduated in 2015.
My name is Lauren and I graduated in 2016.
Herff Jones, by your side.
We can stand together by standing far apart.
Stay 6 feet apart from other people.
Wear your mask when you go out.
Wash your hands, often.
If you feel sick, stay home.
Be respectful of others.
The choices you make are critical.
By protecting yourself, it helps protect all of us.
Your actions can save lives.
What we do now will shape our future.
Stay safe.
Top half of inning number 2 here in the heart of the Valley of the Sun. Gray back out there after tossing a 1-2-3 inning in the first. She'll battle the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, starting with Savannah Torville. Mentioned Torville's numbers coming into this game. .379 average, Picked up a few RBIs 2 weekends ago, and of course had a big offensive performance in Southern California this past weekend. First pitch misses low, count 1-0. Picked up her first long ball of the season en route to a Lopes victory. Now has 7 runs batted in to go along with that 1 home run. So 1-0 pitch, ripped up the middle. Again, gobbled up by Gray for out number 1. Kind of jammed Savannah there on that 1-0 offering. Squibbing that one up the middle for out number 1. So with 1 away, 4 up, 4 down now for Gray. That'll bring up the Lopes catcher, Kaylee Dietrich. And of course, the senior backstop contributing, picking up an RBI in one of those victories over the weekend as well. Her average still just at 176, trying to get above the Mendoza line as the first pitch paints the corner for a strike, count 0-1. Kaylee, of course, hitting that solo shot over the center field wall in that 5-3 loss in the bottom of the 7th against the Oregon Ducks 2 weekends ago. Fouls that one straight back, and she's quickly behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes as Gray continues to get ahead of these Lopes hitters early on in this game in her first go-around in this order. (0-2) offering. On the corner for a called strike 3. So 2 up and 2 down. She now has 2 punch-outs. And that'll bring up Angeli Aguilar, the Lopes freshman shortstop. Kicking things off with a bang so far here in her freshman campaign. .323 average. Go along with those 7 runs batted in throughout the first 2 weekends. Quickly hitting the count, 1 ball and no strikes. And like we said, Portland State coming into this weekend not having played a game since March 8th, 2020. Paints the corner there. Count moves to 1-1. So again, the Lopes playing 6 games here 2 weekends ago in the kickoff tournament. 4 more this weekend in San Diego and La Jolla. They have a bit of a leg up going into this matchup against the Vikings. Again, they did pick up 6 runs on 10 hits against the number 25 Iowa State earlier on today. Vikings just going 6-18 a season ago. That one almost painting the corner. Gray not getting the benefit of the doubt from home plate umpire Glenda Bates. So now the count level at 2-2 on Dietrich. 2-2 on Aguilar. As the pitch is sliced on the right side and foul, so we'll do it again. Again, the freshman batter battling up there against the right-hander. The Lopes still looking for their first base runner. 5 up, 5 down to this point for Gray. Again, making her first start here in 2021. Gets a sign from Menlove, kicks, winds, and delivers the 2-2. Fouled straight back by Aguilar, and we'll do it once more. Gray trying to hit the corner there on 2-2. Going about middle into Aguilar, fouling it straight back, just getting underneath it. As she swings through that 2-2 pitch, goes straight back to that corner to get her for her 3rd punch-out. So another 1-2-3 inning for Gray. That's 6 up and 6 down for the Portland State right-hander. Let's go to the bottom of the 2nd. Portland State trying to get to J.C. Hambrick early here in the heart of the Valley of the Sun.
The temperature scanning kiosk from Pacific Office Automation is an easy-to-use, attendant-free device that quickly checks a person's temperature anytime, anywhere. You can now provide peace of mind at schools and universities, grocery stores, restaurants, nursing homes, medical clinics, sporting events, offices, private gatherings, and more. Look to us to help you reduce the risk and be safe. Visit PacificOffice.com. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Joel Embiid is unhappy.
Like, really unhappy.
Because the internet keeps using not-so-amazing GIFs to react to his amazing highlights. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Embiid Deserves Better Reactions GIF Collection.
Now I'm so happy.
Bottom half of the second, 6 up, 6 down for Gray so far in this one for Portland State. J.C. Hambrick trying to match her in this early pitcher's duel here on this Friday afternoon. 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Vikings, starting with Lopez, the freshman right-handed bat. Like we mentioned, a very heavy freshman lineup for Portland State here this afternoon against the Lopes. 6 freshmen out of the 9 in this starting lineup. First pitch misses up, count 1-0 on Lopez. And like we were mentioning, Portland State playing their first game since March of last year. We're 6-18 a season ago. Hit 265 as a collective unit. 166 total hits to go along with those 6 wins. And just like that, Lopez quickly in the driver's seat here. Up in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Much of J.C. Hambrick's success can be credited to the fact that she's gotten ahead of her opponents early on in games. As the 2-0 pitch is ripped into center field, and that one's going to dunk in front of Fifield. That one getting away from her, allowing Lopez to move into scoring position, setting Portland State up nicely. So a runner on second base with nobody out. Probably be marked as a single here as we take another look. 2-0 pitch on the inner part of the plate. Nice inside-out swing, able to barrel that one up. Getting ahead of that one from Hambrick, as again, that one just getting away from Kristen Feinfeld on the short hop, allowing the runner to move over to second base. So just like that, first base hit of the afternoon for either squad. Menlove, the Idaho native, just looking to move the runner over to third base here with nobody out. Picked up 2 hits in her season debut earlier today. Isn't bunting as the first pitch misses up and in for ball 1. And with nobody out here and a runner in scoring position, plenty of room to work with here if you're Menlove. Trying to hit the ball on the right side if anything else. 1-0 pitch, tries to go up and away, misses. So she falls behind 2-0 on her first 2 hitters here in the top half of the second inning. And we'll get a quick mound visit as, again, the Lopes want to calm down their freshman right-hander. She's been dominant thus far early on in her freshman campaign. Like we mentioned, that huge performance in that 5-3 loss over the Ducks, going 7 innings, allowing those 5 runs on 5 hits. Was just outmatched by that Oregon Ducks pitching rotation, who was just flat-out dominant in that kickoff tournament here 2 weekends ago. Making quick work of both the Weber State Wildcats as well as the Montana Grizz that weekend. .2-0 pitch, laced into right field. That one's going to dunk in for a base hit. That's going to put runners on the corners here with nobody out. As Menlove picks up her 3rd hit of the day overall, her first in this one. She's now 1 for 1. And that'll bring up Dean. Again, just trying to drive in a run as we take another look here. Inside-out swing, just dunking that one in front of Tabitha Dyer out there in right field. So just like that, it'll be interesting to see what the Lopes do here with runners on the corners. Menlove may want to take off for second, trying to eliminate the double play possibility. And then, of course, with Lopez on third, we'll see if Portland State has any tricks up their sleeves early on. Olivia Dean, the junior, also picking up 2 hits, going 2 for 4 against Iowa State earlier on. Looking to pick up her first ribby of the season. And she might get it here as that one's going to be caught out there and left by Nicoletti. The runner will not tag, but was able to draw the throw from Gianna right on the money to the cutoff man in Torville. And there's one away. So a much-needed out number 1 here in the second for J.C. Hambrick as she's able to jam Dean on that first pitch on the inner part of the plate.
Number 4, the left fielder.
Gianna Nicoletti not having to move too much there. Again, ball playing in there with the runner on third base. Lopez just trying to draw the throw, which she did from Nicoletti. No chance to score on that play as that one's ripped in the left field. That one's going to drop in there for a base hit. And Portland State's going to take a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Rickenbach. Her first run batted in of the season, her first run batted in of her collegiate career. to put the Vikings up by 1. Runners on first and second now with 1 out. So J.C. Hambrick able to jam Dean moments ago, getting her to fly out to left. Nicoletti unable to get that one, as that one was hit right on the nose. One hop into left field for the base hit, scoring Lopez from third base. So J.C. Hambrick just trying to limit the damage at this point, with her team only down by 1. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Cepeda will dig in. The freshman bat still looking for her first hit, takes that one up. Count quickly 1-0. Going 0 for 2 with a walk in that 10-6 loss earlier today. And like we mentioned, 6 out of the 9 hitters in this lineup against J.C. Hambrick are freshmen, looking to make their presence felt right out of the gate. That one's going to be blooped into left field for a base hit. Gianna Nicoletti trying to get the force play at third, as Menlove had to hold up to see if it was going to drop, which it did, able to get in there safely. So all ducks on the pond now, bases loaded, 1 out. After back-to-back singles here in the second, you take another look. Menlove having to hold up there for a split second to see if that ball was going to drop in front of Nicoletti, which it did. So that'll bring up Bruno, like we mentioned, hit well over 350 a season ago in just 20 games, trying to drive in at least 2. Pitch misses up, count 1-0. So J.C. Hambrick, again, the WAC pitcher of the week this past week after a performance on the road last week and having to battle some adversity early on in this one. 1-0 pitch. Misses up, count moves to 2-0, and we talked about the importance of her getting ahead of her opponents early on in counts. Has fallen behind 2-0. And at least 3 at-bats here in the bottom half of this inning. Two-0 pitch ripped up the middle. That one is ticketed for center field for a base hit that'll score at least 1. So the bases will remain loaded. An RBI single for Bruno. She has her second run batted in of the season. And now it's 2-0 Portland State. Taking it 1 at-bat at a time here in the second as we take another look. That one right back to where it came from. J.C. Hambrick unable to get a glove on that one. Kristen Feinfeld again just eliminating that one to 1 run as she's able to throw it in. But that'll bring on Mariah Rodriguez now, the freshman, with a big opportunity to make a name for herself in the middle of this Portland State order. First pitch on the inner part of the plate, jamming Rodriguez as she slices that one foul on the third base side. Count quickly 0-1. Again, nowhere to put Rodriguez, so Hambrick trying to come right after the Vikings hitter here. Already 0 for 1 in this one, striking out. The first strikeout victim in that first inning for J.C. Hambrick. 0-1 pitch. Took a little something off there as the count moves to a ball and a strike. That one chopped. Left side going to be a tough play off the glove of Torville. And that's going to score at least 1 throw coming home. That's going to score 2 as the ball gets away from Kaylee Dietrich on the errant throw. So Portland State looking to blow things open early in this one. They're out to a 4-0 lead. Again, a tough play on the left side. Rodriguez able to slice that one in the hole at short. Savannah Torville ranging to her left, trying to make the play. Didn't get all of it as we take another look. Again, moving to her left off her glove with Aguilar coming to her right. And, of course, the errant throw there allowing the run to score. The run probably would have scored anyway with, of course, Cepeda on second base. Now that moves the runner into scoring position. Runners on second and third. Again, with just 1 out with first base open. First pitch to Garcia in there for a called strike, count 0-1. Shea already 0 for 1 in this game, reached on an E3. Remember, she grounded one in the hole at short. Angelique Aguilar throwing across the diamond. Taylor Olsen unable to squeeze it at the bag at first base. 0-1 pitch. Ripped in the hole, snagged there by Aguilar. There's 2 away as the runners retreat. So just what the doctor ordered there if you're J.C. Hambrick. Again, trying to stop the bleeding here in the second. A 4 spot for the Vikings. So we take another look. over the heart of the plate there. Slapped the other way by Garcia, but right at Aguilar for out number 2, and that'll bring up Johansson, trying to pick up her first hit. Grounded out softly to Taylor Olsen to end things back in the bottom of the first. Fouls that one off. Count quickly, no balls and 1 strike. So after putting up a 4 spot in the first inning against Iowa State, Portland State right back at it early on in this one, putting up at least a 4 spot here in the bottom of the second against the Lopes. A 1 pitch right on the outside corner for a called strike. Count 0-2 as J.C. Hambrick gets ahead of the Vikings cleanup hitter early. So again, Gray dominating in each of the first 2 innings. 3 up, 3 down in the first and in the second. The Lopes will try to get to her now down by 4. Hambrick unable to get Johansson to chase that pitch way up in the zone as the count moves to 1-2. Bruno on third, Rodriguez on second, looking to score on a base hit. 1-2 pitch. Takes something off there, bloops that one. Off the glove of Pearson, and that's going to score another run. That'll probably go down as an E4 for the Lopes second baseman, and it's 5-0 Portland State. So Hambrick taking something off that one, getting Johansson to swing way out in front of that one, able to poke it to the Lopes second baseman as we take another look. Way out in front, gets that one off the end of the bat, but Pearson unable to haul that one in, allowing 1 more run to score as Rodriguez scores from third, and now runners on the corners with 2 away. That'll bring up Lopez, already 1 for 1 in this game, as Portland State has officially batted around here in the bottom of the second. First pitch lofted in the air, right field. Coming in on it is Dyer. She hauls it in foul ground for the final out, but not before Portland State puts up a crooked number. 5 runs on 5 hits. They leave 2 on. Let's go to the third. Lopes have some catching up to do here in the heart of the Valley of the Sun. It's 5-0. You're watching GCU softball.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
At Raising Cane's, we know quality takes time, patience, and the best ingredients, which is why every chicken finger we serve is hand-battered and cooked to order just for you. We never take shortcuts. That doesn't mean you can. Introducing an even faster and easier way to order Cane's with our new app. Find your closest restaurant, customize your meal, pay, and schedule pickup. So next time, take it easy and order with the Raising Cane's app.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Lopes looking to play a little catch-up here early on in this one as we enter the top half of the third inning. 5-0 lead for Portland State as they put up a 5 spot against J.C. Hambrick in the second. 5 runs on 5 hits. RBI single for Rickenbach, putting them on the board early, and then Marissa Bruno singling to center field, making it a 2-0 game. And, of course, Mariah Rodriguez reaching on an error. Savannah Torville playing to her left, off her glove, trickling into shallow left field, allowing 2 runs to score. Johansson picking up a run as well after reaching on the error by Pearson. So that's where we stand. First pitch from Gray is a strike count, 0-1. Bottom third of the order for the Lopes, still looking for their first base runner. It'll be Olsen, Hambrick, and Pearson. Again, trying to take it 1 at-bat at a time here against Gray, who has been dominant in each of the first 2 innings. Her team rewarding her with a 5 spot in that second. Olsen, the junior, getting the start at first base here in this first game. Swings through that one. A healthy hack from the Lopes junior as the count now moves to 1-2. It's 1 hit and 3 at-bats for Taylor so far here in this 2021 season. Able to stay alive, fouling that one into the seats and out of play. The Vikings with a 5.75 ERA a season ago as a unit for their pitching staff. As the 1-2 offering misses low in the zone. Nice pick out of the dirt there by Menlove as the count moves to 2-2. Just misses low as the count runs full now on Olsen, able to lay off that pitch. As the count now moves to 3 balls and 2 strikes. A quality at bat here to kick off the top of the third for the Lopes junior right-handed bat. This will be pitch number 7 between Gray and Olsen. Laces that one down the right field line. It's going to slice foul, and we'll do it once more. So number 8 will have at least an 8-pitch at bat against Portland State's right-hander. And again, the way she's been pitching in each of the first 2 innings can spell a lot of trouble here for this Lopes offense, now down by 5 runs. Looking to rewrite the script early. 3-2 pitch, chopped to second. Nice hop there for Rodriguez as she goes with the underhand toss to Johansson at first for the 4-3 putout. 1 away, 7 up, 7 down thus far for Gray. As J.C. Hambrick digs in as you take another look. Almost a Baltimore-like chop. First base for the 4-3 putout. There's already 4 punch-outs in this game coming in those first 2 innings for Gray as Hambrick takes a first pitch on the inner part of the plate for a strike. Count 0-1, trying to help herself out here. Coming into this at-bat with a 143 average, just 1 hit. Trying to get a few more consistent at-bats early on this season in the starting 9 for the Lopes as that pitch misses low. Count now moves to a ball and a strike. Hambrick would love to get on here. Jordan Pearson on deck, trying to set things up for the top and middle part of that order. Trying to chip away. Pitch misses low, count now moves to 2-1. And J.C. Hambrick has now worked the count in her favor here. 3 balls and 1 strike. Again, not giving in here against Gray, the way she's been thrown in each of the first 7 batters. Hambrick will take a walk here, trying to give the Lopes their first base runner. Swings through that pitch on 3-1. Foul tipped into the glove of Menlove, and the count runs full at 3-2. So if anything else, the Lopes working Gray here so far here in the third. 8-pitch battle against Taylor Olsen, grinding out to second, and now Hambrick at least a 6-pitch battle as she laces that one foul. Make that a 7-pitch battle between the Lopes starter and Portland State starter. We'll see what Gray goes with here again, trying to chase the whack pitcher of the week as that one again sliced foul. Back-to-back 8-pitch battles here against Gray. Is that one chopped in the hole? The diving Dean unable to get it. It's a 1-out single as, again, Portland State making things very interesting over there at first base as Dean gets the throw and throws on to first with J.C. Hambrick making the hook around the first base bag, but she picks up her 2nd hit of the season. First base hit of the afternoon for the Lopes. First base runner as they break that 0-for-7 schneid as we take another look. Very close play there as Johansson trying to make the quick swipe tag after getting that throw in from Dean. But nonetheless, runner on first base with 1 out. Jordan Pearson trying to put runners in motion for Gianna Nicoletti waiting on deck. Again, the Lopes would just love to chip away here. Pick up a run or 2 here early on in this game, already down by 5. Pearson off to a hot start this season as the Lopes second baseman has been in there consistently for Coach Ann throughout the first 8 games in this 2021 season. Snap throw to first, not in time as again Menlove keeping Hambrick honest over there at first base. Trying to draw a throw from Portland State's catcher. She succeeds. It's a 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. In and out of the glove of Menlove. With Hambrick going on the play, she'll head back to first. Again, Pearson hitting .333 early on in her 2021 season. One-two pitch, cut on and missed. Another punch out for Gray. She's now got 5 strikeouts in the first 2 2/3 innings of work. And there's 2 away. So that'll bring up Gianna Nicoletti as the Lopes will have their second go-around in their order against Portland State's right-handers. You take another look, painting that corner beautifully as Pearson with the emergency hack, unable to get a piece of that one for out number 2. Gianna 0 for 1. Fouls that one straight back. We talked about her hot start this season, coming into today with a .387 average. That has obviously dipped since then after going 0 for 1 in the first. Being the first strikeout victim against Gray. Again, making her season debut after her team fell 10-6 earlier on today against Iowa State. 0-1 pitch on the corner for a called strike. Another snap over to first, keeping Hambrick honest over there at the bag. So Menlove behind the dish, definitely acknowledging the runner over there at first base and the Lopes' right-handed pitcher. Nicoletti looking to battle, falling behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Gets a piece of that one to stay alive, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Gianna, of course, winning the WAC Player of the Week award for her performance in the opening week of play here 2 weekends ago in the kickoff tournament. That one is cut on and missed. She goes down on strikes for the second time in this one. 6 punch-outs for Gray through 3 innings of work. Let's go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Portland State looking to add to their lead. It's 5-0 here in the desert.
Sanderson Ford is taking their President's Day sale over the edge with a sign and ride, $299 a month lease on a new Ford Edge. Save thousands on EcoSport, Ranger, and Explorer. New Escapes under 21 grand, and new F-150 Super Crew trucks for only $35,900. Don't miss the President's Day sale event at Arizona's largest Ford dealership and your Bronco headquarters, Sanderson Ford.
Bottom half of the 3rd inning, J.C. Hambrick back out on the circle for the Lopes. She'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Vikings, trying to add to their already impressive 5-run lead after putting up that crooked number in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. It'll be Menlove, Dean, and Rickenbach trying to add to that lead. And then, like we said, a heavy freshman order in this one for Portland State, despite having 14 returners as well for Coach McWhorter and this Portland State offense. Menlove 1 for 1 in this one, picking up an RBI. That one in there for a called strike, count 0-1, and J.C. Hambrick again in last inning, falling behind 2-0 to 4 hitters in that 5-run inning. Portland State able to take advantage of their opportunities, only leaving 3 runners on base as that pitch drops in there on the corner for a called strike, count 0-2. Hambrick trying to make quick work of Menlove to kick things off here in the bottom half of this inning. The Lopes finally able to pick up their first base runner on the base hit by J.C. Hambrick in the top half of the 3rd against Gray. But nonetheless, she's still rolling in this one. Already 7 punch-outs as that pitch misses up and in. Count moves to 1-2. It's a sign from Dietrich. Kicks, winds, and delivers the 1-2 pitch. That one lofted in the air, fairly deep center, but right there is Fifield to haul it in for out number 1. So Menlove gets a good poke on that one on the outer part of the plate, trying to stay alive. But lofting that one into center field for out number 1. You take another look there on the outer part of the plate. Way out in front. And the Lopes center fielder hauls it in. Like we said, Coach McWhorter for Portland State, entering her 5th year at the helm. Picked up her 50th win as the head coach of the Vikings in the final game of that shortened season. Again, they went 6-18 a season ago, and despite this freshman-heavy batting order against J.C. Hambrick in this one, 14 players returning from its 2020 roster, with 8 of those being seniors. Marissa Bruno, Katie Schroeder, of course, 2 of them returning this season for their 6th year of eligibility, as their senior season was cut short due to the pandemic. Of course, Marissa Bruno setting the table at the top of that order for the Vikings. Led the Vikings with that .384 average a season ago. Emily Johansson, who already has an RBI in this one, belted a team-high 8 home runs to go along with 26 runs batted in. Hambrick falling behind here on Dean. Flew out to left field in her last at-bat with runners on second and third, nobody out. Lofts that one in the air. Center field coming in is Fifield. So 2 up and 2 down. Fifield making quick work of both Menlove and Dean. Dean, of course, hitting that one right on the screws, but left it up in the air just enough for the Lopes center fielder to come in on it. So with 2 outs and nobody on, that'll bring up Rickenbach as J.C. Hambrick looking to bounce back with an easy 1-2-3 inning after that 5-run second. Take another look. Easy can of corn there for the Lopes center fielder. First pitch in there for a strike. Count 0-1 on Rickenbach. Freshman bat, of course, picking up the first run of this game for Portland State with that RBI single. Had runners on the corners and 1 out, lofting one right in front of Gianna Nicoletti. And now she bounces one right back into center field. Fifield gobbles it up. It's a 2-out base hit for Rickenbach. She's 2 for 2. Runner on first base with 2 away. So that's the 6th hit for PSU in this one, as Cepeda will dig in. The freshman bat also 1 for 1, picking up an RBI. Again, after giving up 5 runs on 5 hits in the second, J.C. Hambrick trying to salvage this bottom half of the 3rd inning. Trying to paint the corner there, misses, count 1-0. She did an excellent job painting both the inside and outside corners, respectively, to both right-handed and left-handed bats 2 weekends ago against the Ducks, as well as the Montana Grizz in 2 of those performances. As the 1-0 pitch paints the corner as she gets the call from Glenda Bates, and the count moves to 1-1 on Cepeda. Portland State trying to get back to the top third of their order here in the 3rd inning, looking for a 3rd go-around against the Lopes right-hander. Nobody currently warming up in the bullpen, so this is J.C. Hambrick's game at the moment. Took a little something off there, paints the outside corner beautifully there as the count moves to 1-2. So again, after falling behind in the bottom third of the order last inning, like I said, 4 2-0 counts in that 5-run inning for Portland State. J.C. Hambrick doing a solid job getting ahead quickly in each of these 4 at-bats against the bottom third of the order. 1-2 pitch, sliced foul, and we'll do it again at 1-2. You're looking ahead to the top half of the 4th inning against Gray, as again the Lopes looking to play catch-up. It'll be the heart of the order, 2-3-4, Tabitha Dyer, Kristen Feinfeld, and Savannah Torville. Just 1 hit in each of the first 3 innings against Gray. 5 errors defensively thus far for the Lopes. Helping put up 5 runs for the Vikings in this one. 1-2 pitch, tries to go to that corner once more, misses up. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Only 2 of those runs have been earned thus far from Hambrick. Gets a sign from Dietrich. Rickenbach looking to get a good jump off of first base as the 2-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. Hambrick takes a little something off. Cepeda able to wait back on it and get a piece of it to stay alive. Wind blowing out just a tad to right field, as that one's lofted in the air, sliced down the left field line and out of play, so we'll do it again. Another quality at-bat in this Portland State order, as Cepeda will work the count now. 6 pitches in this at-bat against J.C. Hambrick. Again, was looking for an easy 1-2-3 frame. Rickenbach able to get a piece of one. right up the middle for a 2-out base hit, keeping this inning alive for the Vikings. Just trying to wear down the Lopes right-hander at this point, as again, Cepeda doing a nice job staying in there. 2-2 pitch on the inner part of the plate, able to foul it straight back. I mentioned the 6 punch-outs already for Gray. J.C. Hambrick getting a quick strikeout. 2 batters into this game in the first. Has yet to fan anybody else after picking up 9 strikeouts last weekend. That one fouled straight back. Missed up with that pitch, middle part of the zone, as Cepeda looking to drive that one. Gets just underneath it, and we'll do it once again, 2-2. 8 pitches in this battle between Cepeda and Hambrick. Again, we're in the bottom of the third. First game for the Lopes in this GCU Purple Classic. Trying to get off to a good start, down by 5. As the 2-2 offering to Cepeda. Fouled off once more. Hambrick again taking something off there, trying to fool the left-handed bat, able to wait back once again, just barely able to get that one off the end of the bat and foul it straight back. So Menlove kicking off this inning. Took a 1-2 pitch on the outer part of the plate and lofted it to Kristen Feinfeld in center field for the first out. As that one is cut on and missed. Second punch out for J.C. Hambrick for the final out, and that'll do it. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 1 runner aboard. Let's go to the 4th here in Phoenix. It's Portland State 5, GCU nothing here in the desert.
Sanderson Ford is taking their President's Day sale over the edge with a sign and ride $299 a month lease on a new Ford Edge. Save thousands on EcoSport, Ranger, and Explorer. New Escapes under $21,000 and new F-150 Super Crew trucks for only $35,900. Don't miss the President's Day sale event at Arizona's largest Ford dealership and your Bronco headquarters, Sanderson Ford.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
Hey GCU fans, if you haven't already, it's time to download the Lope Nation app. Watch GCU home sporting events directly from your app. Receive personalized news and score updates from your favorite Lopes teams. Follow the Lopes closer than ever before with scores, schedules, stories, and even more perks to come. Search GCU Athletics in your phone's app store or download the GCU Athletics app now at gculopes.com/app. Again, the Lopes trying to catch up here in the top half of the 4th inning. It's a 5-0 lead for the Vikings. All 5 runs coming in the bottom half of that 2nd inning against J.C. Hambrick. Only 2 of them were earned. Again, the Lopes with 5 errors in each, or 5 errors through the first 3 innings. As that pitch misses outside. Quickly 2-0 now on Tabitha Dyer. It'll be Dyer, Fightfield, and Torville. Like we mentioned earlier, Tabitha Dyer picking up the opening day start here 2 weekends ago. In the lineup today for Coach Pearson, swings through that 2-0 pitch over the heart of the plate. Count moves to 2-1. Transfer senior student trying to give the Lopes a leadoff base runner here in the 4th. Again, they're going to have to chip away down by 5. There's the 2-1 pitch. Tap slowly on the left side. Going to be a tough play. A nice play. The 6-3 put out by Olivia Dean, and the stretch on the back end by Johansson to nab the speedy Dyer by about a half a step. So there's 1 away here in the 4th, and that'll bring up Kristen Feinfeld. Again, Dyer slopping that one the other way. Trying to utilize her speed. Quickly up on that one was Olivia Dean, setting and firing. Then, of course, the split on the back end by Johansson. First pitch paints the corner. Count 0-1 on Feinfeld. 0 for 1 in this one. Struck out swinging in her first plate appearance. That was in the top half of the 1st inning. 6 punch-outs through the first 3 1/3 innings for Gray in her first start of the 2021 season. As quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Now on Kristen Feinfeld. Mentioned got off to a hot start here 2 weekends ago. Average was at .278 coming into this one. Launched the Lopes' first home run of the season against the Montana Grizz in that 16-run affair 2 weeks ago. 0-2 pitch, cut on and missed. Menlove gonna have to throw that one down to first after being unable to squeeze that one, but another punch out nonetheless for Gray, and there's 2 away. So again, the Lopes picking up just 1 base runner to this point as we take another look. That one just being blown right past the Lopes center fielder. Menlove unable to squeeze it, gathers herself, throws to first for the punch out. 7 strikeouts through 3 2/3 innings for Gray. First pitch to Torville, right down Broadway for a strike, and the count moves to 0-1. Savannah ripped one right back to Gray in her last at-bat back in the second. Quickly falls behind 0-2 as that one paints the corner once again. Gray obviously locked in the circle here in the top half of the 4th inning. Torville takes that one the other way. Right there is Rodriguez for the 4-3 putout, and that'll do it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Gray as she's through 4. It's 5-0 Portland State. You're watching GCU softball. We'll be right back.
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies, all on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
Bottom half of inning number 4. We're halfway through here in Phoenix in this first game of the doubleheader for the Lopes in this GCU Purple Classic. They're down by 5-0 lead for Portland State as you take a look at the Grove out there. Some freshmen playing some spike ball. If you haven't played spike ball, I highly suggest it. As we move to the bottom half of the 4th. Again, top of the order now for Portland State. Bruno, Rodriguez, and Garcia. And J.C. Hambrick trying to duplicate what she was able to do last inning, making quick work of this Portland State order after allowing a 2-out base hit to Rickenbach, leaving her stranded at first base. Bruno already 1 for 2 today, picking up an RBI in her last at-bat. We mentioned hitting .387 a season ago, leading the team offensively in batting average. 0-1 pitch misses outside, count 1-1. And to this point, the Lopes unable to figure out Olivia Gray, the Washington native, collecting the most innings in the circle for the Vikings a season ago with 54 1/3 innings of work. Proving to be the ace of this staff early on this season as the count now moves to 2-1 on Bruno. Gray made 8 starts in 2020, appearing in 14 total games with a record of 2-6. Again, not a strong start in 24 games a season ago for Coach McWhorter's staff as that one is roped in the air, fairly deep left field. Going back on it is Nicoletti, and she hauls it in for out number 1. Sun playing a factor here in this one in the bottom half of the 4th, but Nicoletti able to haul it in nonetheless, as that'll bring up Mariah Rodriguez.
Now it's time for second baseman, Mariah Rodriguez.
Rodriguez 0 for 2 thus far against the Lopes right-hander. And it's been the middle part of that order that gave J.C. Hambrick trouble early on in that second inning. Lopez and Menlove getting that rally started with a pair of base hits. And of course, Rickenbach 2 for 2 in this game, picked up that RBI single with runners on the corners and 1 out. Cepeda adding to the damage with a base hit of her own into right field to make it a 2-0 game as that one is dribbled slowly to short. Aguilar has it, throws to first for the 6-3 putout. 2 up and 2 down here for Hambrick. Again, trying to keep her team in this game. Again, only down by 5.
Third baseman, Shea Garcia.
Garcia takes a pitch up, count 1-0. Also still looking for her first hit. Was able to reach on the E3 back in the first inning. Remember hitting one in the hole at short. Taylor Olsen unable to make the play on the back end at first base. She lined out sharply to Aguilar in her last at-bat with runners on second and third and 1 out. Quickly heading the count now, 2 balls and no strikes. Again, if you're just joining us, bottom half of the fourth inning, a 5-0 lead for Portland State. They put up 5 runs, 2 of which were earned on 5 hits in that bottom half of the second inning against J.C. Hambrick, the Lopes reigning WAC pitcher of the week. Lopes have had 1 base runner to this point against Olivia Gray, who has been lights out through 4, striking out 7 in the process. 2-1 pitch, misses up. And the count moves to 3-1. Again, J.C. Hambrick able to get 2 quick outs in that third inning before Rickenbach was able to lace one up the middle for her second base hit in this one. Garcia trying to duplicate what they did last inning, giving Portland State a 2-out base runner, and it looks like she'll do just that as that one dunks in for a base hit down the left field line. And she's got her first base hit, so Garcia's now 1 for 3 in this one, and that'll pass the baton to the freshman left-handed Baden Johansson. And a nice piece of hitting from Garcia. Inside-out swing on the inner part of the plate, able to get ahead of it and dunk it into left field for the 7th base hit of the afternoon for the Vikings. First pitch to Johansson, right back to Hambrick, snags it, throws to Olsen at first for the final out of the inning. So Johansson hits it right on the screws, has nothing to show for it, as we will head to the 5th here in the heart of PHX. The Lopes are running out of time in this one. They're down by 5. You're watching GCU softball.
When I think back on graduation day, it's such a special moment. Walking across the stage, hearing your name called. I think I would really regret not walking. I think being able to finish out a long college experience with an awesome moment like graduation is really special.
If I hadn't decided to walk that day, I think I'd regret not having that sense of closure and accomplishment for that huge chapter in my life.
My name's Noah and I graduated in 2015.
My name is Lauren and I graduated in 2016.
Herff Jones, by your side.
We can stand together by standing far apart.
Stay 6 feet apart from other people.
Wear your mask when you go out.
Wash your hands often.
If you feel sick, stay home.
Be respectful of others.
The choices you make are critical.
By protecting yourself, it helps protect all of us.
Your actions can save lives.
What we do now will shape our future.
Stay safe.
Olivia Gray wheeling and dealing for the Vikings through each of the first 4 innings as we take a look at the Commonwealth Insurance game stats thus far. Again, the big difference, that 5-run second inning, 5 runs on 5 hits, 2 earned against J.C. Hambrick, 7 hits for the Vikings, just 1 base runner. It was J.C. Hambrick herself at the plate, lacing one up the middle. And then, of course, those 5 errors for the Lopes, the difference in this game, as the first pitch to Dietrich cut on and missed. Healthy hack from the Lopes backstop. And the count is quickly 0-1. It'll be Dietrich, Aguilar, and Olsen against the dominant Olivia Gray in this one. 4 innings of work. Again, that 1 hit to J.C. Hambrick back in the 3rd. To go along with those 7 punch-outs. Another healthy hack from number 5. She's quickly down on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, regardless of how this one turns out, it is a quick turnaround for Coach Pearson's squad. They'll be right back at it immediately following this one, taking on the number 25 Iowa State, as that one is lofted in the air to right field. Going back on it is Cepeda. She grabs it right in front of the warning track. 1 up and 1 down here in the 5th. So that'll bring up Angelique Aguilar. She's made a couple of nice defensive plays in the hole at short today as we take another look. Quickly falling behind 0-2 was Kaylee, able to get a piece of that one. But has nothing to show for it. Angelique struck out swinging in her first at-bat, so looking to make contact for the first time in this one. She does there, but fouls it straight back, just getting underneath it as the count moves to 0-1. Lopes just 1 for 14 as a unit against Gray to this point. Portland State making some opportunities for themselves, hitting .318 as a lineup against the Lopes right-hander and J.C. Hambrick. Those 7 hits coming in 22 ABs thus far, only striking out twice against the Lopes right-hander. As the 1-1 offering, fouled straight back. Gray trying to get that one low on the inner part of the plate. Misses up. Middle up, it looked like, as Aguilar again able to get a piece of it, unable to take advantage of that mistake as the count moves to 1-2 now. Gets the sign from Menlove, kicks, winds, and delivers the 1-2 pitch. On the outside corner for strikeout number 8 for number 11. And there are 2 away. She has now retired 6 in a row after that base hit from J.C. Hambrick back in the 3rd.
Number 8, the first baseman, Taylor Olsen.
Now Taylor Olsen, the junior right-handed bat, is trying to give the Lopes a 2-out base runner in this one. Desperately trying to break the momentum that Olivia Gray has created for herself throughout this one as she once again paints the outside corner for a strike count 0-1. Olsen grounding out softly to Mariah Rodriguez at second base, back in the 3rd. Grounds out softly to Mariah Rodriguez here in the 5th. An easy 1-2-3 frame for Olivia Gray. She continues to be impressive in this one as we head to the bottom half of the 5th. PSU 5, GCU nothing.
The temperature scanning kiosk from Pacific Office Automation is an easy-to-use, attendant-free device that quickly checks a person's temperature anytime, anywhere. You can now provide peace of mind at schools and universities, grocery stores, restaurants, nursing homes, medical clinics, sporting events, offices, private gatherings, and more. Look to us to help you reduce the risk and be safe. Visit PacificOffice.com. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Joel Embiid is unhappy.
Like, really unhappy.
Because the internet keeps using not-so-amazing GIFs to react to his amazing highlights. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Embiid Deserves Better Reactions GIF Collection.
Now I'm so happy.
Bottom half of the 5th inning, J.C. Hambrick back out on the circle for the Lopes. And she's only allowed 2 earned runs to this point, but PSU taking advantage of all opportunities given to them thus far by this Lopes defense.
Leading off for Portland State, the designated player.
Again, the big story in this game, that bottom half of the 2nd inning. 5 runs, 5 hits. Collected 2 more thus far against J.C. Hambrick, but she's done a nice job settling in after that 2nd inning as she'll face off against the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in this order. Lopez, the freshman, 1 for 2 thus far, singled and came around to score back in the 2nd. Was the first base runner in this game early on in this game as that pitch misses up and in, count 1-0. As PSU again looking to bounce back after a loss earlier today, looking to improve to 1-1 in the first 2 games of their season. Lopez came around to score the first run on the RBI single by Rickenbach, with runners on the corners and 1 out. And again, the sun playing a factor there as Kristen Feinfeld able to haul it in for out number 1. Calling off Angeli Aguilar there at the last moment in shallow center field. As the ball was able to find her mid, we'll take another look. Shadows starting to creep in around home plate. Again, the ball finds the glove for out number 1, and that'll bring up Menlove. First pitch paints the corner, count 0-1. And we saw in that loss against the Oregon Ducks 2 weekends ago a big 5th inning, 3 runs in that inning for the Ducks, but J.C. Hambrick doing a nice job bouncing back in that one as well, picking up 2 shutout innings late in that game to give the Lopes a fighting chance in the bottom of the 7th. She's done an awesome job so far here today, bouncing back after that 5-run 2nd inning. One pitch, ripped in the hole at short. Aguilar gobbles it up, throws to first for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down for Hambrick, looking again to mow down this Portland State order here in the 5th. And that'll bring up Olivia Dean, 0 for 2 in this one. As you take another look, that one ripped there by Menlove, has nothing to show for it. She's now 1 for 3 in this one.
Pitch hitting for Portland State, number 33, Bailey Rose.
Bailey Rose pinch hitting here for Olivia Dean in the bottom half of the 5th inning with 2 outs. We saw Bailey Rose pick up the loss earlier today on the circle. Against Iowa State. First pitch. Misses up. Count moves to 1-0 now on Rose. Again, in each of the last 2 innings, J.C. Hambrick picking up 2 quick outs before allowing a 2-out base runner. As the 1-0 pitch paints the corner there. Count moves to 1-1. Rose going 4 innings of work against Iowa State earlier today, allowing 8 hits, 7 earned runs. Quickly ahead in the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike. She only threw 58 pitches in that one, as Parrish was able to come on in relief for 2 innings of work, salvaging those final 2 innings before Iowa State was able to put the nail in the coffin as the 2-1 pitch. Rose chases that pitch up and away, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we've talked about the punch-outs thus far for Olivia Gray. J.C. Hambrick looking to pick up one of her own right here. 2-2 pitch, chop to short, easy hop for Aguilar. Sets and fires across the diamond, an easy 1-2-3 inning for J.C. Hambrick here in the 5th. Let's go to the 6th. The Lopes have 6 outs to work with. They're down by 5. It's 5-0 PSU. You're watching GCU softball.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
At Raising Cane's, we know quality takes time, patience, and the best ingredients, which is why every chicken finger we serve is hand-battered and cooked to order just for you. We never take shortcuts. That doesn't mean you can. Introducing an even faster and easier way to order Cane's with our new app. Find your closest restaurant, customize your meal, pay, and schedule pickup. So next time, take it easy and order with the Raising Cane's app.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Hey Lopes fans, get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshop.gcu.edu to find everything Grand Canyon University, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GameDay20 today to get 20% off for being a GCU TV viewer. Log on and get your gear today. Well, it's been all about Olivia Gray in this one for Portland State. Back out for her 6th inning of work, and it's another base hit for J.C. Hambrick. She's 2 for 2 against Gray, the only Lopes hitter thus far to master number 11, as she has been the only 2 base runners for the Lopes in this one. They have themselves a leadoff base runner here in the 6th, trying to get something going. So J.C. Hambrick not wasting any time here. Inside-out swing, getting ahead of that pitch on the inner part of the plate, slicing it over the head of Dean at short and into left field for a base hit, and we'll get a pinch runner for the Lopes starter. Again, trying to, take it one at-bat at a time here with Jordan Pearson digging in. It's going to be Pescara. Pinch running here for the Lopes. She did score a run over the weekend against San Diego in one of those victories for the Lopes. Jordan Pearson striking out in her first at-bat. Drew the count to 2-2 as Gray was able to paint the outside corner, as that one's ripped down the left side and foul just past the glove of Garcia. Pearson hitting that one again right on the nose, slicing it down the left field line. Again, if you can get a few runners on here, setting things up for the top of the order with Nicoletti on deck. You do have Fifield and Torville, the power hitters, looming in the middle part of that Lopes order, trying to bring the tying run to the plate. Again, they have 6 outs to work with here, down by 5. Before the second game of this doubleheader with Iowa State looming later on today. Of course, the Lopes will be back right here tomorrow, taking on New Mexico and Oklahoma. And once again, Pearson just slicing that one enough down the left field line to drop on the left side of the foul line, and the count's quickly 0-2. And again, just past the glove of Garcia over there playing in at the bag at third base. Pearson just looking to make contact here on 0-2. Already 8 strikeouts for the Washington native. Chop, third base side, and it slices foul once again. So we'll do it once again on 0-2. Pescara trying to get a good jump over there at first base. Again, trying to get into scoring position. Trying to break the schneid for the Lopes, who have been shut out to this point through the first 5 innings. Oh, 2 pitch, cut on and miss. Gets Pearson to chase on the outer part of the plate, just like she did in the 4th. And there's 1 away. So with 1 away now and a runner on first base, Gianna Nicoletti will get her 3rd look at Olivia Gray. Take another look there. 0-2 pitch on the corner after Pearson was able to foul 3 straight off on the left side. Gianna Nicoletti, who has been such a vital part of this Lopes offense throughout the first 2 weekends, takes a strike, count 0-1. Still looking for her first hit in this tournament. 0-2 today against Gray. Struck out swinging in the first, struck out swinging in the 3rd. Gray 1 punch out away from reaching double digits in this one in her debut. Paints the corner once more. Snap throw to first by Menlove. Keeping an eye on Pescara. Count quickly 0-2 on the Lopes left fielder. And J.C. Hambrick, the only 2 hits for the Lopes in this one against Gray. 2 singles, 1 up the middle, back in the 3rd. 1 into left field here in the 6th. 0-2 pitch, sliced the other way and foul, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Lopes getting their team average to over 100 here in the 6th with that base hit by J.C. Hambrick. Average up to 111 with those 2 hits and just 18 at-bats against Gray so far here this afternoon. Again, wind blowing out to right field. Is that one sliced in the hole? Left field, going to be a base hit for Gianna Nicoletti. It was only a matter of time before Gianna Nicoletti picked up another base hit for the Lopes in this one. She's now in the hit column, 1 for 3, and the Lopes finally have a runner in scoring position in this one against Gray. Again, textbook Gianna Nicoletti waiting back on that one, taking it the other way, past the diving glove of Garcia and Dean and into left field for a base hit. So Tabitha Dyer will now look to join the hit column as well, with the runner leading off second. Nicoletti off first. That one's going to be lofted down the left field line. So the Lopes waiting back here against Gray in this 6th inning, trying to take the ball to left field. Of course, the leadoff single by Hambrick to left. Jordan Pearson, lacing 3 foul balls on the left side, just to the left of the foul line. Goes down on strike swinging. And then, of course, Gianna Nicoletti finding the hole on the left side as well for her first base hit. That one cut on and missed. Count quickly 0-2 now on Tabitha Dyer. Trying to get the Lopes in the run column today. Runners looking to get a good jump. The 0-2 pitch fouled straight back. An emergency hack there from the Lopes transfer senior student. Trying to set the table for Fifield waiting on deck. And then, of course, if both Dyer and Fifield can get on, Savannah Torville would be the tying run in this game. 0-2 pitch misses up. Gray trying to get the left-handed bat to chase the ladder there. One-two pitch. Lofted foul, and we'll do it again. So if anything else, this Lopes offense has done a nice job battling up there against Olivia Gray throughout this one. Just have not been able to capitalize thus far. First real threat in this game coming in the top half of the 6th inning. Tabitha's grounded out in each of her first 2 plate appearances against Gray. Grounds that one on the right side. Getting the shore out is Johansson as she scoops that one up. The Lopes will move runners into scoring position. Runners on 2nd and 3rd now with 2 away. And that'll bring up Kristen Feinfeld. That one hit right on the nose by Dyer, but right there is the first baseman, Johansson. Again, taking the sure out at first base as the runners move up. So with first base open now, runners on 2nd and 3rd, 2 away. Gray trying to get out of this inning unscathed as she deals with the Lopes center fielder. First pitch, misses low, count 1-0. Sliced foul on the left side once again as the count moves to a ball and a strike on Feinfeld. 0 for 2 today, still looking to make contact in this one, striking out, swinging in each of her first 2 plate appearances against Olivia Gray. Like we mentioned, 9 strikeouts through the first 5 2/3 innings for Portland State's freshman right-hander. 1-1 pitch, loft in the air, fairly deep left field, going back is Rickenback. She's at the track, at the wall, it's off the wall. It'll definitely score 2. Rounding 2nd and moving to 3rd is Feinfeld. She slides in ahead of the tag for a 2-out, 2-run triple. And the Lopes finally break through against Olivia Gray. It's 5-2. Feinfeld inches away from picking up her 2nd home run of the season as we take another look. Again, waiting back, driving that pitch the other way. Off the bottom of the wall, trickles back into left field, allowing 2 runs to score, allowing Kristen Feinfeld to round 2nd and slide in safely into 3rd base for the 2-run triple. And now Torville will look to keep this inning going, trying to drive in the 3rd run for the Lopes. First pitch misses up, count 1-0. So Feinfeld adding to her RBI total, now has 8 runs batted in this season. Savannah Torville looking for her 8th run batted in right here as that pitch is in there for a called strike. Count level at a ball and a strike on the Lopes' 3rd baseman. He's grounded out in the 2nd and in the 4th. Grounded out sharply in her last at-bat to Mariah Rodriguez for the final out of the 4th as that pitch misses low. Nice block there from Menlove with the runner on 3rd base. Count moves to 2-1. So the Lopes now with 2 runs on 4 hits. 3 hits in this 6th inning against Gray after only having 1 base runner in the first 5 innings. Takes a little something off that one, misses up, count moves to 3-1. Again, first base is open. Kaylee Dietrich on deck has 1 home run this season. She would be the tying run. 3-1 delivery from Gray. Misses up, ball 4. Torville is on, and the Lopes, after struggling in each of the first 5 innings, again, only 1 base runner coming in the form of a single by J.C. Hambrick in the 3rd inning, are going to bring the tying run to the plate here in the 6th with 4 outs to work with. Like we said, Kaylee Dietrich picking up her first home run of the season 2 weekends ago in the bottom half of the 7th inning with her team down 5-2 with 1 out against the Oregon Ducks. Hitting one just over the 220 mark in dead center field.
First base, number 15, Kristen Bellavia.
Bellavia going to pinch run for Savannah Torville over there at the bag at first base. Again, a ball in the gap. Coach Pearson definitely wants at least 2 runs to score. If anything else, Kaylee Dietrich just trying to keep this inning going for the Lopes. Olivia Gray trying to stop the bleeding.
Now batting for your Lopes.
Was almost perfect
Number 5.
in those first 5 innings, only allowing that 1 hit. Still has 9 punch-outs, walking her first batter in the form of Savannah Torville moments ago. Dietrich flied out to fairly deep right field in her last at-bat. Takes a first pitch on the outer part of the plate for a ball count 1-0. Struck out looking in the 2nd. And again, fell behind quickly. No balls and 2 strikes back in the 5th. Was able to poke one out into fairly deep right center field. 1-0 pitch. Misses low, and she's quickly in the driver's seat now. 2 balls and no strikes not wanting to give Olivia Gray any freebies here after falling behind multiple times in this inning. Has done a tremendous job getting ahead of these Lopes hitters early throughout this afternoon. Does not hit the corner there, not getting the benefit of the doubt from Bates behind home plate, and the count is now 3 balls and no strikes. A base is open here. And if Aguilar can get to the plate, she'd be the go-ahead run in the 6th. Right down the middle for a strike. Count moves to 3-1 with Dietrich taking all the way. Nobody getting any green lights in this one as the Lopes trying to break through against a very dominant Portland State right-hander. 3-1 pitch. Fouled straight back. Dietrich just getting underneath that one as the count runs full at 3-2. So after battling here in the top half of this 6th inning, Gray falling behind Dietrich, 3 balls and no strikes, but doing a nice job battling back in this at-bat. Looking for arguably the biggest out of this ball game. Again, runners on the corners, 2 outs, 5-2 lead for Portland State. The Lopes have the tying run at the plate in the form of Kaylee Dietrich. Way out in front of that one, dribbles it foul on the left side. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Like we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Kaylee Dietrich starting in each of the first 8 games this season for the Lopes. Looking to be the hero here in the 6th. Fouls that one straight back to stay alive. Count remains 3-2 as Olivia Gray coming right after Dietrich with that pitch over the heart of the zone. Fifield on third, Bellavia on first. The payoff to Dietrich. Loft in the air, left field right there is Rickenbach. She has it for the final out, and that'll do it as Gray avoids further damage here in the 6th, but not before the Lopes score 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave 2 aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th. Still a 5-2 lead now for Portland State. You're watching GCU softball.
Sanderson Ford is taking their President's Day sale over the edge with a sign and ride $299 a month lease on a new Ford Edge. Save thousands on EcoSport, Ranger, and Explorer. New Escapes under 21 grand, and new F-150 Super Crew trucks for only $35,900. Don't miss the President's Day sale event at Arizona's largest Ford dealership and your Bronco headquarters, Sanderson Ford.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
The Lopes finally breaking through against Olivia Gray in the top half of the 6th inning with 2 runs on 3 hits. Again, J.C. Hambrick setting the tone for herself as she looks to finish what she started here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Again, only 2 earned runs allowed by the Lopes. WAC Player of the Week, as she will deal at the bottom third of this order, 8, 9, and 1 for Portland State. Again, trying to add on a few insurance runs before the top half of the 7th inning for Olivia Gray. Again, nobody warming up right now in the Vikings bullpen. She'll look to finish what she started as that first pitch is fouled off by Rickenbach. Count 0-1. A 5-run second inning for Portland State on 5 hits. The Lopes with 5 errors in this one. The big difference thus far has been the Lopes defense. And the Lopes with 2 runs on 3 hits, like I mentioned, in the top half of that 6th inning against Gray after only having 1 base runner through the first 5 innings. J.C. Hambrick 2 for 2 thus far against Olivia Gray, setting the table in that 6th inning. Of course, Kristen Feinfeld with the big blow, the 2-run triple off the bottom of the left field wall. As that pitch just off the inner part of the plate, count moves to 1-1. Doesn't get the call from Glenda Bates. So it'll be a 1-2 offering here to Rickenbach, 2 for 2 already Paints the outside corner there. Count 2-1 coming into that pitch for Rickenbach. Takes that pitch on the outer part of the plate. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Already 2 for 2 in this one, like I mentioned. Singled, scored a run, as well as drove in a run in that second inning, and of course singled in her last at-bat. Goes down on strikes. Here in her third at-bat, here in the bottom of the 6th, as J.C. Hambrick paints the outside corner. She now has 3 strikeouts in this one, and there's 1 away. Cepeda now digging in 1 for 2 as we take another look. Painting that outside corner beautifully there after falling behind 2-1. Goes with the pitch on the outer part of the plate to even up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and goes right back to it on 2-2. As that first pitch misses up and into Cepeda, count 1-0. Singled and scored back in the second, had a bloop single in that inning. Came around to score one of those 5 runs that we mentioned before. Struck out swinging for J.C. Hambrick's second punch out. That was in the third. Misses low, count 2-0. On the 9-hitter for Portland State. Again, trying to add at least 1 insurance run after Olivia Gray finally cracked in the top half of that 6th inning. On the corner for a strike, and the count moves to 2-1. If you're looking ahead to the top half of the 7th inning for the Lopes, 6, 7, 8, Aguilar, Olsen, and Hambrick. And I'm going to assume that Olivia Gray will be back out on the circle in that 7th inning. Trying to close the door for Portland State, trying to again pick up their first victory in 2021. They'll be back Sunday, of course, taking on the number 2 team in the country in the Oklahoma Sooners. As that one is chopped slowly, Aguilar, tough play, is unable to make that play as he's unable to scoop that one out of the dirt. So an infield base hit for Cepeda. She's now 2 for 3, and that'll bring up Bruno now with a runner on first base and 1 out. Again, a very tough play for the Lopes shortstop nonetheless. Unable to grasp that one. So Bruno, again the senior, hitting well over 375 a season ago. 1 for 3 in this one. An RBI single in that second inning, making it a 2-0 game. And the bases loaded with 1 out. Jumped all over a first pitch fastball, ripping it up the middle for an RBI. Flew out to fairly deep left field in her last at-bat. Gianna Nicoletti able to haul it in for the first out back in the 4th. That one, blooped in the air, shallow left field. Coming in is Nicoletti, and it looks like she's going to be able to double up the runner unassisted with Olsen on the back end. So Gianna Nicoletti calling off Aguilar at short, almost making that play on the lip of the infield grass, and getting the runner stranded as Cepeda, again, leaning far too off the first base bag as he take another look. The catch, the throw, the execution. Let's go to the 7th. The last licks for the Lopes. They're down by 3.
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies, all on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
Last chance for the Grand Canyon University Lopes as we enter the top half of inning number 7. And Olivia Gray back out on the circle trying to pick up the complete game victory for Portland State. First pitch to Aguilar is in there for a called strike on the corner. Count 0-1. It'll be Aguilar, Olsen, and Hambrick for the Lopes. Again, 2 bloops and a blast. This is a brand new ball game here in the 7th. That one's drilled to center field. Going back is Bruno. She's at the track, at the wall, off the wall. Karam's back to her beautifully. Throw into second base, making that play a lot closer than it should have been, but it's going to be a leadoff double nonetheless for Angelique Aguilar. And the Lopes are in business with a runner in scoring position right off the bat here against Olivia Gray. Trying to make things interesting here in the 7th. Take another look there. Again, the shadows creeping closer to the circle now, completely over home plate. And again, a perfect carom off the wall there for Bruno, making things very interesting over there at second base.
Pinch hitting for GCU, number 27, Lily
And it looks like Coach Ann Pearson going to go to her bench here in the 7th. Taylor Olsen was 0 for 2 against Olivia Gray, but Lily Bishop now going to get her first hack against the right-hander from Portland State. First pitch to Bishop. She's bunting, pulls back. First pitch misses, count 1-0. And Bishop just trying to move the runner over here, trying to get the tying run to the plate. She can get on. JC Hambrick would be that tying run. One-0 pitch. Bishop squares again, pulls back. That one in there for a called strike. Count level at 1-1. Lily Bishop, like we've mentioned before, leading the Lopes in home runs a season ago. She had 4. Had 5 long balls in her first season in 2019 as well. One pitch, fouled straight back over the booth and out of play. Now she's behind in the count, 1-2. Again, Gray, one punch out away from moving into double digits in this one. And she looks to limit the threat. 1-2 pitch in there for a called strike. Took a little something off that, and Lily Bishop will head back to the dugout. So after squaring in her first 2 attempts there on the first 2 pitches, works a 1-1 count. Was able to foul off that 1-1 pitch over the heart of the plate, just getting underneath it. And then, of course, Gray taking a little something off there, fooling Bishop for strike 3. She now has 10 punch-outs. Hambrick slicing that one down the left field line for a base hit. She's 3 for 3, picks up an RBI. Moving to second is the Lopes whack pitcher of the week for an RBI double. Then the Lopes are going to bring the tying run to the plate. It's 5-3 here in Phoenix. And again, Hambrick not wasting any time, picked up a single in her last at-bat on the first pitch to left field. Waits back on that one, slicing that one just to the right of the third base bag, past the glove of Garcia, scoring the runner from second base. And again, with Jordan Pearson due up, Coach Ann is once again going to go to her bench.
Pinch hitting for GCU, number 51.
So JC Hambrick, 3 for 3 against Olivia Gray. The freshman Daisy Taloa, 241, 7 hits, 5 ribbies this season. Had a big breakout weekend 2 weekends ago here at home to kickstart her collegiate career. Comes to the plate as the tying run. Again, the Lopes offense, almost non-existent through the first 5 innings, have come alive here in the 6th and the 7th. That one's ripped past the glove and into left field for a base hit. A tough hop there for Olivia Dean, trying to come up with a backhanded grab. And it's going to be a base hit for Taloa on the first pitch. So the Lopes not wasting any time here in the 7th. 3 hits on the first pitch already against Olivia Gray. And the go-ahead run is going to come to the plate as you take another look. A tough hop there as that ball was scorched off the bat of Daisy Taloa. Coming in with the throw quickly was Rickenbach. But Gianna Nicoletti will come to the plate as the go-ahead run for the Lopes here in the top half of the 7th.
Now on first base, number 47, Jordan Pearson.
So after being pinched hit for in that at-bat by Daisy Taloa, Jordan Pearson back in the game.
Now batting for GCU, the left
looking to score on an extra base hit. Again, a ball in the gap could tie this game for the Lopes. If you want drama, here you go. Gianna Nicoletti picking up a hit in her last at-bat. Struck out in each of her first 2 plate appearances against Gray. Still nobody warming up in that Portland State bullpen. That one sliced down the left field line. Count quickly, no balls and one strike on the Lopes left fielder. So after picking up 9 strikeouts, only allowing 1 hit through the first 5 innings, Olivia Gray now has allowed 7 hits to go along with 3 earned runs. Oh, 1 pitch. Nicoletti again slicing that one out of play, and she's quickly behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Gray able to fool Lily Bishop for the first down this inning. On a 1-2 pitch, went with the off speed to get Bishop looking after pinch hitting. See what she goes with here on 0-2. Plenty of room to work with against the Lopes left fielder. Tries to hit the corner there. Nicoletti with the emergency hack stays in there. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Tabitha Dyer 0 for 3 waiting on deck. Again, the Lopes would love to get the middle part of their order to the plate here in the 7th. Trying to erase this lead for Portland State. That one tapped foul once again, and we'll do it again at 0-2. And despite that second inning, another very impressive performance for J.C. Hambrick, as her offense is looking to reward her here late in this game. 0-2 pitch, chopped at short. There's one. They're not going to double up Nicoletti, as this is now a 5-4 game with Hambrick coming around to score on the forced play. That'll be an RBI for Nicoletti, and that'll bring up Tabitha Dyer with 2 outs and a runner on first base. Would have been very tough to double up Nicoletti there with her speed. Olivia Dean trying to get that one out of her glove as quickly as she possibly could to get the forced play at second base with Rodriguez covering the bag. And for the 3rd time in this inning, Coach Pearson going to her bench. As Adrian Vizentine will pinch hit for Tabitha Dyer.
Byzantine.
The Lopes raising their overall average on the day to 259 in this inning after being well under 100 again through those first 5 frames against the right-handers. That pitch clips the inside part of the plate. Count quickly 0-1. And the Lopes down to their final out in this one, picking up 2 runs in each of the last 2 innings against Olivia Gray, looking for her first win here in 2021. 0-1 pitch. Sliced down the third base side and just foul off the bat of Vizentine, and the count now moves to 0-2, and the Lopes are down to their final strike. Could have been a game changer for the Lopes down the line with the speedy Nicoletti on the bag at first. Nonetheless, we'll do it again here. 0-2. Cut on and missed. 11 punch-outs for Olivia Gray, and that'll do it. So the Lopes rally here in the 7th, bring the go-ahead run to the plate, but at the end of the day, Olivia Gray able to finish what she started in this one, picking up the complete game, allowing 4 runs on 7 hits and a 5-4 Portland State victory. And again, the story in this one, ladies and gentlemen, was that second inning. 5 runs on 5 hits. The Lopes defense committing 5 errors, despite J.C. Hambrick battling in this one, going 6 innings, allowing 8 hits, and just those 2 earned runs, picking up 3 strikeouts, and another very impressive performance, allowing her offense to creep back into this game. Again, a 5-0 lead in the 6th inning for Portland State. Kristen Feinfeld putting a charge into one, hitting one off the bottom of the left field wall for a 2-run triple, making this a 5-2 game. And then, of course, in the 7th inning, the Lopes creeping closer. A leadoff double off the bat of Angeli Aguilar off the bottom of the center field wall. She comes around to score, as J.C. Hambrick, again, going 3 for 3. You talk about her performance on the mound. Goes 3 for 3 at the plate. The only one to really figure out Olivia Gray in this one, as you take a look at the Copper State Credit Union Lopes player of the game, Kristen Feinfeld, a hit and 2 RBIs. That triple in the 6th. Of course, Gianna Nicoletti picking up an RBI late in this one as well to cut the lead to 1, but at the end of the day, 11 punch-outs for Olivia Gray, picking up her first win of the year, the first win of the season for Portland State as they go into the rest of this weekend. Well, we'll be right back here on GCU TV, so don't go anywhere. It's the GCU Lopes taking on the number 25 team in the nation, Iowa State.